Bears. And their 0-2 start. Guys, the Ben Johnson era has kicked off with excitement. Week 1, they marched down the field, opening drive, touchdown. Woo, here we go, Super Bowl, baby, Chicago Bears. For the first 3 quarters of Week 1 against the Minnesota Vikings, it looked like the Bears finally had turned the corner. They had a 91% win probability heading into the fourth quarter, and then it all unraveled. They lost that game to a rookie quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, of the Minnesota Vikings. And then Week 2, the Detroit Lions absolutely curb stomped them. Not once, not twice, but 3 times back to back to back. What felt like dying of the new era quickly turned like the same old Chicago Bears. Now, guys, let's be crystal clear on this. The Ben Johnson hire wasn't about wins and losses in year 1, so they say. It's about Caleb Williams. The Bears had to get their 2024 number 1 pick right after a brutal rookie year. And the truth is, Caleb Williams is better. He's not fixed yet, but he has improved. His QBR is up more than 14 points from last season. He's making better reads, and he's clearly more comfortable in the pocket. He still has moments of this hero ball BS that he likes to play, like that prayer of a pick against the Lions on 2nd and 32, but he has shown real growth so far this season. The problem in Chicago? Literally everything else. Everything else in Chicago is on fire. The running game is non-existent. DeAndre Swift, who the Bears paid like a lead back, looks like what he's always been. A change the pace type of guy. Not him. They're dead last in EPR per dime runs and 30th in success rate. Without a consistent ground game, everything falls back on Caleb Williams, and that's not a recipe for success in Chicago. And his offensive line? Yes, it's still a work in progress. They lead the league in false starts with 6, even though they've invested in the interior defense and still finding free rushers up the middle. Even when you have a young quarterback, the last thing you want is unblocked defenders in the face, especially when you have a young quarterback, I should say. Then there's a defense, if you want to call it that at this point. After a strong 3 quarters in Week 1, they have legit fell apart. They ranked 31st in EPA per play allowed, ahead of only the Miami Dolphins. Are dog shit, let's just be honest. The secondary is a disaster. Jalen Johnson is out indefinitely. Kyler Gordon hasn't played, and relying on Stevenson, McLeod, Wright against the Lions. Stevenson and Wright both allowed perfect passer ratings when they were targeted. That's not a bend, don't break. That's a total collapse of a defense. Because of that secondary, they can't play man. Because they can't play man, they can't blitz. Because they can't blitz, they can't generate pressure. Because they can't generate pressure, they lose games by 50-plus points. It is a vicious cycle that leaves their corners exposed more and more and more each and every week. And let's not forget, Ben Johnson is still learning how to be a head coach. His game management has been questionable at West, wasting a challenge on a fumble that was never going to be overturned, mishandling the kickoff before the 2-minute warning. It's rookie mistakes. He'll learn, but right now, those mistakes matter in close games. So where does this leave Chicago? Seriously, where does this leave Chicago? The truth is, guys, this is a rebuild in process. Caleb Williams was showing signs of improvement, which is the most important thing for the long-term future, but this team has not built to compete in 2025. The run game isn't there, the defense is falling apart, and they're simply not ready to make that postseason push. So, guys, the question is, will the Bears make the playoffs after the 0-2 start of this NFL season? The correct answer is not this year. But here's the bright side, Bear fans. There is a little bit of bright side if you are in Chicago. Caleb is developing. He's already more polished, more comfortable, and showing better decision-making than he did the whole entire 2024. The flashes are there. The anticipation throws are there. The pocket movement is there. The double move dime to Romeo Odunze is there as well. If Chicago builds the right roster around him and gets the running game fixed in 2026, they could finally be the year they flip things. This season might be rough, but it's laying groundwork for the future. But what do you guys think? Are the Bears just a year away from turning the corner, or are we looking for another long cycle of mediocrity in Chicago? Guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time, right here at youtube.com/manhour. Now, this is a live interactive show, so comment down below. And let's get into the comments, guys, and discuss your thoughts. Old Man River says they hyped, but it's still another season away. Guys, how frustrating must it be being a Chicago Bears fan? You legitimately did everything right this offseason. You went and got your offensive line. You went and strengthened up the defense. You thought DeAndre Swift was the man. Yes, your receiving core could have maybe used an extra person, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But you're still a season away. And matter of fact, you might even be 2 seasons away. Hyping up this offseason, playoffs, Super Bowl for the last 2 seasons, to be 0-2, going to be 0-3 after the first 3 games, that is tough. But Alpha Rob says we're going to be looking for another quarterback by the next season. Alpha Rob says Caleb Williams is not him. He's a never has been and never was. Isn't that what they say on the replacements? Flacco, you ain't never even has been. You ain't never was. Let me ask you this, guys, this question. Just a generalized term question here. What about Caleb Williams, for one, don't you like, Alpha Rob? And number 2, why don't you think he will be successful? I understand why a lot of people do not like Caleb Williams, because he marches to the own beat of his drum, right? Painting his fingernails, wearing the purse, that kind of thing, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But besides that, why don't you like him? His field presence to me seems pretty well. Every time he has a little bit of time, he does well. You would think by all those offensive linemen that they paid, they would be okay. But the question is, guys, after the 0-2 start, do you think the Chicago Bears are going to make the playoffs? No, says Old Man River.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
And Alpha Rob, let's see if I can bring up Coach Rowe here. See if we can make Coach Rowe work. What is he going to say?
No. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. No.
That is what you guys are saying about Chicago Bears potentially making the playoffs. No. 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 And Alpha Rob says Caleb Williams just doesn't think he's that good. That's a fair. That is fair. Whatever your eyes tell you, if you do not believe him and you don't, and if he doesn't pass your eye test, I mean, like that is what it is. And that is what I like. Just like, you know what? He just doesn't tickle my pickle. But guys, let's talk